Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Nick P in the 3-minute pool on ICC. I'll play e6, maybe we'll get into an Nimzo Indian. Yeah, I'll play castles, we'll just go down the main road. I guess I could play knight c6, as recommended by Christoph, actually. I'll go b6 in this position, we'll play it kind of standard. Yeah, bishop there, and now let's go d6. Just not sure if I should throw an h6 or not. Knight bd7, and I'll be looking to play c5 and rook c8. This is the standard way of treating this position. And he's playing it like very much by the book, very rote. So yeah, I'll be playing rook c8 next move. I wish I was more familiar with the subtleties of this line for the black side. From the white side, I know a lot more. b4 is interesting. I guess I'll just take. If he takes with the knight, I wonder if I can take on g2. It's always like kind of a risky proposition to do that. I'm not going to do it, though. I'm just going to play rook c8. Make him think that I'm going to do it. How about that? Here, knight d5, pawn d5. Pawn d5 looks pretty good, right? Yeah, pawn d5 should just be solid. His queen is on an awkward square. I guess he can go queen b3, though. Queen b3, maybe knight e5 then. Yeah, probably what I'll do. Somehow this c-file conundrum for him looks like it should yield me something. So hence d5. I feel the setup that he chose might be too simplistic, like from a theoretical standpoint. It's obviously fine what he did, but black should be able to equalize without any trouble. Okay, plays that. So he's gonna, if I take and then bishop takes and then e5, drive the knight away. Can I play b5 then? Maybe he goes knight b5 though. I also just have knight e5 here. About e5 right away. Let's go e5 right away. We'll just be a little craftier. Try to play these 3-minute games faster. Not spend like huge amounts of time on trivial decisions. Okay, so he does that. I'm going to take. He does take with the bishop. Yep. So bishop d5. Is it worth it? a6, he has knight d6. That's no good. It's also threatening my a7 pawn. It's possible I should not have gone for this. What about knight e4? Knight e4, bishop takes d8, knight takes c3. Yeah, I don't know about that line. I said I wasn't going to spend a lot of time, and here I am. Okay, let's just go here. We'll try to exploit the pin. I do see one trick. Yeah, if he does that, I actually have this move, I think. Now a6. Try to drive away the knight. Although you can play knight c3 and just attack my bishop. So that's possible. But I'm trying to drive away the knight and then play b5. But yeah, knight c3 is just a good move. If that I can take here, right? And then take here. So I have 2 minors against this rook. Hopefully my minor pieces aren't too awkward in this position, though. I think it'll be okay. Just have to be slightly cautious. Play bishop a4 next, just to get rid of this rook. Make this rook retreat. Yeah, and try to bring my king to e7. I think it'll be well placed there. It's nice that he can't play rook d1 because my bishop covers that square. So that's convenient. Let's go rook c7. Just make sure we're safe and sound. Everybody accounted for. Let's go bishop b5. I want to start reorganizing my pieces. You can go rook c8. Not anymore. Okay, bishop a4. Let's go f6, just solidify everything. I'm allowing a trade here. Let's go here. Try to bring my king to d8. Ooh, yeah, that was a problem.
Time warning.
I shouldn't have done this. Because actually he can take on b6 now whenever he wants. He's going to be blitzing me out. Okay.
Check.
Go here. Well, he dropped his rook. Alright, that helps. Let's just eliminate all these pawns, first of all.
Check.
Get everything out of the way. Alright. Yeah, in such situations, I don't even think it's worth trying to mate them when you're that low on time. Just use your like superior pieces to take away space and like basically flag them. So if I try to like stop and think about how to mate him, there's a decent chance I stalemate him actually. So all right, let's have a look at that. So play the Nimzo-Indian, and castles is the main line, but there's other moves for black. d5, c5, or the Zurich variation, knight c6, which I mentioned that Krzysztof Sielecki, Chess Explained, I believe, recommends in his book. So castles, and then a3,
check.
Take, now b6. Yeah, also in this position, d5 is playable too, but b6 has been the main line for quite a while. Now he played knight f3, I went bishop b7, and then he pinned me, bishop g5. So d6. There must be some sort of drawback to this simplistic setup, but I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm being overly harsh about this, but usually white exercises a bit more sophistication in how he develops from this position. Like, for instance, when I played this line from the white side, a lot of times I played knight d2 to control e4. So one thought that crossed my mind is, maybe knight e4 is possible, but here it just doesn't work at all. So, like knight e4, even just bishop takes e4 is very good for white, just winning a piece. So, I don't know. I think the way I played it was fine. c5, b4. Let's just see what the engine likes here. Bishop takes f3. Okay, yeah, that's another reason knight d2 is a good idea. It rules out ideas involving bishop takes f3. I took here, and he took with the knight. Yeah. If he took with the pawn, it would be interesting to play bishop takes f3 and saddle him with these very weak kingside pawns, but at the price of giving him the bishop pair. The computer says black's better here, probably because black has a very solid position, but that would be interesting. So instead, they took with the knight, and yeah, I was wondering if I could grab this pawn on g2. This is something I've done from the white side, like gambit this g2 pawn in order to go rook g1 and claim compensation down the file thereafter. It just seemed dangerous, and I see the engine is now changing its mind and it likes white in that position, so I'm glad I didn't do that. What about here? d5, maybe not the best, maybe knight e5? d5 still seems sensible, though. e5 is probably getting too fancy, huh? Just take on c4. Okay, so let me turn the engine off for a second. So why is taking on c4 so promising? So if takes and then bishop takes, is it just bishop d5 like before? Yeah, it could be actually. Just as in the game, except stronger. Because now this knight can't assist in defending the bishop. Yeah, and if queen d3, knight e5 is crushing, fork on the queen and bishop. And if queen b3, I'm going to guess that we have a similar idea. Rook takes c4, rook takes c4, knight e5. Yeah, and after rook c1 take, and he's going to have to invest another exchange to try to get out of this. That must be it, huh? Just d takes c4. Huh. I was so focused on trying to get b5 in that it didn't occur to me until later how strong bishop d5 actually was, instead of trying to arrange b5 to attack the pinned bishop. Yeah, this move is decisive, huh? Interesting. Queen d3, knight e5, yep. Queen b3, rook takes c4. Yep, it's all confirmed. Yeah, okay. So, big missed opportunity. But overall, I think I like the way I handled the opening. e5 is just a little dubious. Now bishop d5. Okay, this was a good call, it looks like. g5 is strong here. Okay. Yeah, and here I thought he should play knight c3. I wonder why g5 is so good. g5, bishop g3, a6. And if knight c3 now, just bishop back to e6. Okay. Maintaining the pin and threatening b5. Let's see. That's a nice line the engine gives. If a4 trying to stop b5, then b5 anyways, take, and then the knight comes to b6, attacking this rook. Well, what's the difference then if I don't insert the move g5? So if I play as I did in the game a6 and he goes here, he didn't. I was thinking about playing bishop e6, trying to threaten this. Apparently this is a good move. Well, I could see that because now if knight takes, I won't have that b5, knight b6 trick anymore. So that's one consideration. And if queen takes, knight e4, okay, and he gets counterplay against the queen. Interesting. But he played queen or knight c7, and I was able to take, and then I have two minor pieces for the rook. However, my time situation was not stellar, and I think he did a good job of exploiting that. Okay, here knight e4 was good. Oh, is knight e4 going to win a piece? Yeah. That's nice geometry on that move, because the only safe squares for his rook are d5 and d3, and they fail to two different minor piece moves. If rook d5, I have knight c3 with the fork, and if rook d3, I have bishop c2. Yeah, so not good for him. Missed resource by me at e4. So king f8. I was just trying to safeguard my position and play relatively quickly here. I'm sure I didn't play this as well as I could have. Yeah, down the stretch, I let him exchange too many pieces. Or pawns, rather. Pawns on the king side, mainly. And he missed bishop takes b6. He had it in this position. So probably my decision to do what? Maybe like right around here. King e7 was dubious. Yeah. Just trade the rooks and then play knight b5 and go after the a3 pawn. Okay. It's a better idea. Yeah, and I think this ending should probably be drawn if he took on b6. But he did not. I moved my king over to c6 for some reason. Yeah, like I said, I was just trying to beat the clock at this point. And I really do think, like, if you're in these time scramble situations later on, don't try to mate your opponent. If you look up and you're down like 2 seconds, let's say you have like 8 seconds and they have 10, and you get into a position where you have just an overwhelming material advantage and they have only their king left, I think it's better to try to cut off their king and play for the flag rather than trying to like orchestrate a mate. That's how you stalemate them or lose on time. So, anyways, interesting game. I'll try to play the Nimzo again.
Check.
It's a rich opening. I don't have a ton of experience in it from the black side, virtually none, but I like it a lot, so stay tuned for that. Alright, well thank you guys for watching, and please feel free to leave me any feedback in the comments, and I'll be back tomorrow with another Blitz video. Bye guys.